Hello and welcome to Life Under Lockdown. Today we are journeying up to the Highlands to Dalmally and Craig Lodge to speak with Joseph Black. How Joseph, how are you doing?
Hi there, I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well. The rain's settled in now, but apart from that, doing well. Yeah.
Of course, it's interesting for you. Your experience of lockdown will be different from maybe a lot of people in the United Kingdom and beyond, because you're living in a very nice remote place and also in community. So how is that?
Yeah, I'm feeling so blessed at the moment, I have to say, just really kind of spoiled actually, because I normally live in Glasgow, but we moved back, my cousin moved back to Craig Lodge where we grew up. And that's like a kind of family house of prayer where we have a community living there. So that community still being able to work and pray together within one household. So even though we're isolated from the rest of the world, there's still a lot of community going on. And yeah, I know that that's really tough right now for most people, don't experience that. So we're trying to do our best to just keep praying for the world and broadcasting all the prayer that we do here in Craig Lodge as well.
That's wonderful, because you've got a very nice chapel there. It's quite a big chapel, to be honest, for residents. And you still have the host reserved. You still have the host reserved, don't you? Yes. And
we do, yeah. We're even more blessed now. We have a priest with us as well. So he's a kind of retired priest who's living here with us. So we're still able to have adoration and everything like that, which is, I realise that's probably going to make a lot of people feel quite jealous. But we're very blessed to have Jesus here with us, and really not taking that for granted at all at the moment, because we know that there's not very many people who can just pop into the chapel at the moment. So we're really trying to do that even more than we normally would, just to pray for the world and for all those who are isolated at the moment.
I mean, in a kind of practical sense, how is, but we're talking about the spiritual here, but what about the worldly situation with lockdown in Dalmally in a rural setting? How do you get food? How do you get medication? How's that thing working up there?
Yeah, that's been harder, a lot harder. So we're quite our nearest big shop would be at Oban. So we normally get like deliveries of food, and it's been really hard to get deliveries of food. So like one of us is going out and then getting with like a massive shopping list and try to shop for 20 people every week or so. So we're getting around it, but it's not, and it probably looks like we're hoarding. We're not hoarding. We're just getting food for a lot of people.
Don't worry, we're not sending inspectors round.
I feel bad every time we come away with 20 pints of milk. You look like you're being greedy.
Exactly. Yeah. Actually, I've given up milk during lockdown. I've decided, you know what, I'm going to cut dairy out my diet, and I think it's been beneficial. I don't miss it.
Nice.
I drink black coffee now, and it's so much better.
Oh, nice one. Yeah.
I know they say though that if you drink black coffee, then statistically you're more likely to be a psychopath. So I don't know. You can take.
Is that right?
You can take from that what you want. But,
I also drink black coffee, so yeah.
Well, you go. Maybe you've got to that. But how have you found the experience? Obviously, you've got community there. You've got spirituality there. But how have you found being in lockdown? You felt more restricted? Has it affected Craig Lodge in any way?
Yeah, with Craig Lodge community, it definitely affected us. I think so we normally have guests here who come maybe 30, 40 people a weekend, and our whole life here in Craig Lodge has been about bringing people here and then ministering to them as best we can, in quite an intensive way, I suppose. So like 30 people at a time, we really spend a lot of time with them over 3 days or whatever it is. Whereas now, we actually saw this as a big opportunity, and I think there's loads of statistics that you guys have been talking about over the last few weeks about how many people are really interested to hear the gospel at this time, which I think is unbelievable. So we've been kind of aware of that opportunity. So we've had to kind of slightly change our focus a bit. Instead of thinking about what's happening in the house all the time, we're really trying to broadcast live from Craig Lodge's Facebook pages and stuff like that, and just the time with the rosary, morning and evening prayer and stuff like that. And lots of people have been joining in, which is amazing. So instead of having this kind of inward focus, which I would love it if we could get back to at one point where we're really ministering to a small group of people at a time, we've been really trying to just get it out there as wide as possible, which is quite interesting. I think after this, we'll probably try and blend both of them together. So I don't think there's any going back from that. And ultimately, if we can, we put quite a lot of effort into the tech side of things and all of that. So if hopefully we're set up now to really try to spread the good news as much as we can.
Well, wonderful. And one of the ways you're doing that just is every year you hold a Stronghold festival, which is a fantastic event for young people and young adults, and it really is powerful seeing some of the images of that. And I've never been, but I see the images of it and the videos from it, and it seems very, very powerful spiritually. this year you're doing it again.
That's right, this year. So it's the 22nd to the 25th of May. So this coming weekend. Yeah, that's normally, again, quite an intimate, it's bigger than what we normally do here, but it's quite intimate. It's about 150, 200 people. And the last couple of years, it's been so blessed. We've had some really brilliant speakers, people like Bishop John Keenan coming and supporting us, and some really brilliant, wonderful speakers. And it's been very powerful. We had a lot of, last year we had a few physical healings and big experience of God. You know, we had a big night there, where there was a lot of people said that they really didn't feel like the same person afterwards. In fact, one of the craziest stories we had about that night was somebody told me that they couldn't even recognize, it was such a powerful night for them at the festival that they couldn't even recognize themselves in photos from before the festival, which is one of the most amazing things I ever heard. So praise God for that. So we were really excited about this year. We just thought it would be the same again. We'll just do it again, maybe 150, 200 people. We'll do our best. And then obviously God had a completely different plan for it. So with lockdown, we've had to move it all online, which at one point I thought maybe we'll have to cancel or postpone. But I really feel like God's blessed it, and we've got some of these fantastic speakers that we had booked, like Father Glenn Sedano, who's one of the co-founders of the CFRs. I was just on the phone to him. He's one of my favorite people I've ever spoken to in my life. Really funny guy, and he's one of those guys when you talk to him, you know he's a saint as well. You know he's a future saint. So he co-founded the CFRs, and he's at the moment recording a talk for us in New York. He was planning to fly over for it, but he's recording this talk. So in some ways, it's going to make the festival really accessible, because obviously in the Highlands of Scotland we're limited by people travelling up here, and now we don't have that. So I'm excited. We've already had people signing up from Poland and France and America. So I don't know how big it's going to go, but I'm really excited about what it might look like.
Well, that sounds fascinating, and by all means, we'll be encouraging our followers in Sancta Familia to try and tune in there. How do they do it? Can anyone tune in?
Yeah, anyone can tune in. So we're gonna do it on our social media feeds. So Instagram, strongholdfestival.com on Instagram, and Stronghold Festival on Facebook. And then it's all going to be linking to our website, strongholdfestival.com. So that's probably the first place to go to. And if you want to take part in like the breakout sessions, so most of it will just be live, just for anyone to see. So we're hoping we'll get loads of people who don't know about Jesus. That's a big thing that we're looking at, like people who don't know the basics of the gospel. And to really, one of the big things that we were praying about was the prodigal son story. So it's all about the prodigal son, all about trying to welcome people home to the Father's house. And then there's a deeper level as well. If you want to sign up and register on the festival, you can be part of like the breakout sessions. So we're going to get it as far and wide as possible, hopefully picking up people who don't know Jesus very well at all. But then there'll also be like these kind of breakout sessions that you can register for. They'll be led by priests and different people that will allow us to go deeper and to ask questions if there's any questions that people have.
That's wonderful. I mean, we're absolutely going to encourage everyone to do that. There'll be links on this post, and
thanks so much.
Yeah, we'll direct you to the Stronghold and I guess it'll be on the Craig Lodge page as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So there's actually we came up with another idea about what Stronghold Festival we really want to do with it as well. We've been praying a lot here, and just some of those statistics you guys have been sharing about how many young people are accessing church online and things like that, maybe more than would ever have gone into a physical church previously. And we really feel like this is a time where the whole church, a real time of growth for the church. So we were really praying for the whole church in Scotland that when lockdown is over, that the churches will be filled again. So that's a real prayer. So we're going to be asking everybody who comes, regardless of where they're from, to really pray for the church in Scotland. And we're going to pray a novena starting on the Friday of Stronghold, the 22nd, right up until Pentecost. And we're going to be doing all night adoration here as well, just praying for the church in Scotland. We're going to set up a website called scotlandawakening.com, which has like that prayer on it. So I'll share that with you as well. That's going live today actually. And then we're just really wanting people to pray. I've had this real thing recently where I've been involved in ministry sort of things for a few years now, and I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it. There's nothing better, I think, and I'm really glad that God's got me involved in this sort of stuff. And a lot of time we're thinking of like clever ways to bring people to Jesus, clever like programs or whatever it is, just trying to be, just like kind of do our best to bring people in. but I've got a real sense over lockdown just of how we need God's help in all of this. You know, we can't do this without God. You know, all of the ways that the church has been working over the last few months, and it's now had to change it in so many ways. And I've really just been thinking that we need to cry out to God, just pray that that people come back, that people suddenly want to come back, and that everybody who has maybe been away from the church, all those people who go to Catholic schools and then maybe don't come back for a while, that this is a moment that God really speaks to each one of them, all of those kind of prodigal sons and daughters out there in Scotland, and that when this is finished, they all just feel compelled to come back to church. So that's the festival's kind of starting that off, and I really hope that will be something that's not just the festival, but there's lots of other ministries get involved in that as well.
Absolutely, and thanks for your time today. It's really good to talk to you. I've not met you in person, but it's good to meet you digitally.
Really good to meet you.
And I wish you all the best for the Stronghold event. It sounds like it's going to actually be a very, very big online moment for you, because given we're all online now, hopefully you'll get even bigger numbers this year. That's what we hope.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Joseph. Have a nice day now, and God bless.
You too. God bless you. Cheers.
Thank you.